It really is. And it's taking up a lot of my mental faculties not to use this, to just like really go, see what now, liberals. But like he said this over and over again. I think it just more so is an indication that he doesn't know how to make himself look like a normal human and not this like alien. 2 black discourses in one day. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of Big Gav, right? I think that's known at this point, right? People know. Not the biggest fan of Big Gav at all for a bunch of different reasons, right? This is not one of them. This is not one of them at all, as a matter of fact. I mean, it's a bad look in general, but this is ironically a moment where he thinks he's being human. Gavin Newsom is in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's speaking to a crowd as he's on his book tour, right? And the crowd is black. It's Atlanta, Georgia. Gavin Newsom, on his book tour, has been trying to convince people that he is just like you. Okay? He's just like you. He's an everyman. He's a regular guy. He got 960 on the SAT. For those of you who are tuning in from not America, that's a very low score, like a very low score. So he's talking about his upbringing and the trials and tribulations, and you know, he just keeps telling people in these masses, in these crowds, that he is fucking stupid. I don't know how else to describe it. He literally just keeps saying, I'm dumb just like you. I'm a stupid guy just like you. Now, of course, I don't personally think that's like a very good approach to the issue at all. I don't know why he's trying to become relatable by being like, I'm a dumb guy, bro. I'm a dumb guy, bro. I'm really dumb just like you. And he's been saying it. And he's been saying it in front of every crowd. But this time, the crowd he's saying it in front of happens to be black. And of course, the Republicans are cynically using this to be like, see, he's, lol. It's a twofer. For the Republicans, for the conservatives, for the reactionaries, they get to have double the enjoyment out of this because on the one hand, they get to say black people are stupid. And on the other hand, they're saying, see, Gavin Newsom is saying black people are stupid. Let's take a look at the video and then we'll discuss the way that people are approaching it.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940.
It's also very Brandonized too. And I feel like while he's delivering this, in the back of his mind, he might have had a brief moment where like, this might not look good. This is a Brandonian moment. This is Brandanistan. We thought we were living in Mamdanistan. We're not living in Mamdanistan. We're living in Brandanistan. This is full Brandon. And this motherfucker's like, what, 60? He should not be Brandonizing this early. What the hell is going on? And here he is being Brandon for the rest of time. We are stuck in a perpetual Brandonization, one Brandon after another, okay? No matter who wins the election, they will have to Brandonize. I have realized this now. I'm just saying it. He is going to go full Brandon. This is just our future. The closer you are to Brandon, the better your chances are at winning the presidency. He is pulling a corn pop. It's an infinite Brandon time loop. Donald Trump won after Brandon, right? 2020, Brandon wins. He Brandonizes pretty aggressively. 2024, Trump wins. He is more Brandon than Brandon is. Let's go, Brandon. Your goddamn fire alarm keeps making me think it's mine. Okay, we're going to fix it. It just started. Okay, time is a flat circle, as I was saying. So,
but literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in. I'm not.
So I've already heard him say this, by the way. That I've already heard him say these words, so it didn't like shock me that he said that in this room as well, right? But of course, Sean Hannity and all these other guys are like, Gavin Newsom thinks a 960 SAT makes him like Black Americans. Let that sink in. Now, this is a fantastic opportunity for me to shit on Gavin Newsom. Okay? It really is. And it's taking up a lot of my mental faculties not to use this, to just like really go, see what now, liberals. But like he said this over and over again. I think it just more so is an indication that he doesn't know how to make himself look like a normal human and not this like alien figure that was placed on God's green earth to one day become president. Okay? That's what I think. I think it's not like he wasn't like he wasn't trying to imply that like black people are stupid or you know, he wasn't trying to say specifically that black people are bad at the SATs or anything like that. He just thinks all Americans are stupid. He thinks all Americans are dumb. And there's decent reasons to feel that way. He's not totally wrong to think that, but he wasn't like directing this at black people in general. Here's a video also. I've now spoken to several people who were there. Everyone confirms that there were only a handful of black people there. But if you didn't see the room, why did you publicly declare that he was talking to black voters? Because it's Atlanta. And that's the reason why they're saying this. And also because they want to shit stir. They want to say like Gavin Newsom is a racist. And if you want to say Gavin Newsom is a racist, there are probably plenty of better ways to do that. Like, you know, he's a white man in power. It doesn't take much for you to figure out what some of his areas of interest have been that have disproportionately targeted black people. You know what I mean? But these guys don't want to do that. They don't want to like think about systemic racism because their job is to never identify that. Their job is to act like systemic racism isn't a real thing, right? I don't know. I thought this was racist as hell. Why are you sucking Newsom now? Why have you accepted him as a Democratic nominee and now defending him every day? It's because I got the check. That's not what he said. Putting direct quotes here is dishonest. You left out words and context, almost as if you just cut and pasted what the right-wing blogs are saying about this without actually watching the video yourself. Please do yourself a favor and watch the video.
So Gavin Newsom thinks that because he's a dumbass and scored less than 1,000 in the SAT that he can relate to the black experience. That's what he said to a room of black and brown people in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, just this past weekend. And this man said this with a straight face, that because he scored a 960 on the SAT, he was just like me.
Oh, brother, shut the fuck up. For the record, this is CJ Pearson. He is a right-wing Republican content creator. I didn't say it. Nice bathroom is black. He said hairline opinion discarded. I didn't say it. I'm highlighting. I'm giving room to black voices. I'm listening to black voices. Nice bathroom is black. He's the one who said hairline opinion discarded. I would never, I didn't even notice it. I didn't even realize he was black. I'm colorblind. Anyway, they only do this shit to the left. Let it happen since it's Gavin. I know they love doing this shit to the left. The Democrats love doing this shit to the left. Cynically all the fucking time. And a lot of people who are going to go out to defend Gavin Newsom today also are some of the people who love throwing that out there in a cynical fashion. Okay? Like a goddamn grenade.
Well, Gavin, let me tell you something. I didn't score a 960 on the SAT. I scored.
It's crazy to be a guy who says, I love Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not racist. Donald Trump literally calls every black legislator low IQ. Like every single one. Every single one. And this motherfucker has the audacity to turn around and be like, I mean, he did the fucking Barack Obama and Michelle Obama are apes thing like not that long ago. It was not even a fucking month ago. And these guys have to come out and be like, yeah, you know, the real racism here is Gavin Newsom trying to relate to every American by saying, I'm stupid. It hasn't even been 2 weeks.
They got higher than that on the SAT. And by the way, a lack of academic performance or the ability to excel within school doesn't make you black. But what it does do, if you think that that does make you black, is that it makes you a racist, right? So it's so funny to me that the Democrats, while they no longer wear those white hooded robes that the KKK would run around in as they terrorize black people, they still find a way to remind us.
Bro. Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. Yo, who is this for, dude? Who is this for? I mean, I know who this is for. This is for the white Republicans. Yeah, that's right, brother. They are the Klansmen. But also, even though I'm currently a Klansman, I think they're the real Klansmen. Now listen. This articulate, urban style individual that I would definitely lock my door around is a bright young feller. Okay? Let me tell you. This is one of them good ones. Like, that's the audience for this commentary. Okay? Straight up. The audience for this commentary is that guy who has never, ever been who has never felt safe around black people. Even black people that share the same opinion as him is over here being like, yeah, that young feller's got he's got a good future ahead of him, okay? Unlike the rest of the urban style individuals I encounter on a daily basis. He is so articulate.
He's big and small that they did used to wear those robes. Apparently, Gavin Newsom's heart still wears that robe because he thinks that being a...
You work for the white grib, shut the fuck up, clown. You lucky Twitch is censoring us black shadows in here, or we would really be roasting his ass. Yeah, I mean, you can't because Twitch will ban you for saying certain things.
Makes you black. Gavin, you are disgusting in every which way, and this moment from this day will haunt you for a time long to come.
No, it won't. No, it won't. It will 100% not. No. Isn't what he's saying is woke? Yes, Republicans are the greatest purveyors of woke. Hello. Understand that Republicans love weaponizing woke. Reactionaries in general, people to our right, love weaponizing woke to us, okay? Gavin Newsom is objectively a, let's say center-left, maybe center-right, not center-left, center or center-right figure. This guy is far-right. Of course he's going to weaponize woke against him. Just like people who are center-right or people who are centrist or center-left love using woke against people like myself and others that are further to the left than the average person is. Okay? It doesn't work. It's so stupid. I mean, we've experienced for the last week, we've experienced a version of this over and over again, this like sinister deployment of standpoint epistemology in an effort to defend American imperialism, specifically in Cuba, right? Oh, all of the blockades and the invasion and the assassination attempts and the constant crippling of this island for the crime of gaining sovereignty is not the real reason why Cuba is suffering. It's actually because the Cuban regime is a dictatorship and it's communist and it's scary. And I'm a Cuban woman. And if I say this, you have to listen to me, right? You have to listen to me. And everyone's like, oh, shut up, white baby. And Miami Cuban is speaking, right? Listen to the Cubans. No, not the Cubans on the island that are impacted from the embargo, from the sanctions, from America intercepting oil shipments going to the island. Listen to the Miami Cubans who want to blow up the island. It's stupid. Okay? Make up your own damn mind. Just asking why you don't cover Ukraine, not even for a bit, but everything else you do. I do cover Ukraine. But there is a lot of other stuff happening as well. Are you planning to cover the bipartisan effort to dismantle Section 230 will allow the destroy leftist internet end to end? Yes. So So Mark Lamont Hill says that's not what he said. Putting direct quotes here is dishonest. You left out the words and context. And Mark, just like myself, is not exactly fond of Gavin Newsom. We are, however, fond of the truth. So even if it's advantageous for me to lean into this shit and be like, see, what now, liberals? I'm not going to do that. Having said that, it is funny that all of the same liberals that were saying, like, I'm anti-black, I don't care about immigrants or whatever, that absolutely would cynically attack me in the same exact fucking way, are also defending Gavin Newsom now because a more right-wing figure has now attacked Gavin Newsom. How strange it is to feign outrage about racism while hurling racial epithets against me. For the record, I don't support Gavin Newsom. I'm not even a Democrat. I just happen to have watched the video before commenting. That said, I have no desire to send an insult back your way. I'll treat you with civility despite how you're engaging me. I only ask that you watch the actual interview before drawing a conclusion. I mean, Mark is my GOAT. I love him. He's a legend. He is a much more civil person than me, I'll be honest. So you're saying that Newsom is just elitist and classist, not racist in this instance? I mean, I think he is elitist. I think he's classist and probably racist too, but this instance doesn't imply that he is being the intention here is not him being racist at all. Like, not even a little bit. When you've lost Nicki Minaj, says a Fox News commentator, his way of bonding with black people is to tell him how stupid he is and that he can't read. This means my first read on him was correct. He's been handed so many things. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I hope this is a moment of recognition for a lot of liberals who cynically deploy this kind of identity politics against people like us, because it's fucking bullshit. And you know you're doing bullshit. They're doing it to you now. They're doing it to your guy. So I hope this is a moment of fucking self-awareness, okay? It won't be. I know it won't be. But it's fucking annoying. Hello. Hi. Oh. It's rotisserie chicken time. I'll put the heat lamp on. Don't worry. Bro, you can't go from that guy to Nicki in the span of 15 minutes. I can't deal with this shit. Ha ha ha. Do you want to know the craziest part of this footage that will haunt him forever? He's literally slowing his speech down and talking in a sporadic cadence. He's not just telling them that they're all probably stupid and probably can't read. He's literally slowing down his speech to make them understand the words that are coming out of his mouth as if they're children. That means he literally believes they're slow. He's not just saying it. He didn't misspeak. He believes it. Do you love it? Do you just love it, black people? Also, them. Nicki Minaj is black. Why is she using them when talking about black people? Like all the black people, not just the black people in that room, but just like black people in general, right? It's interesting. I don't know if it was a ChatGPT writing or if he wrote it herself. I don't think she wrote it herself. I'll be honest. Just something interesting that I noticed in the way that she's talking here. Something that happens when you become a Republican. What is this? Nicki Minaj's social media propped up by thousands of bots. Analysis finds. Yeah, unsurprising. There are so many legitimate reasons to dislike Gavin Newsom, but don't fall for fake news. Newsom was talking to a room full of white people. He never mentioned black people. He was talking about his dyslexia, and he made the same exact comment to a white interviewer. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is just his like shtick, okay? This is his like way of saying, I'm just like you. I have a fucking terrible SAT score. Like that's it. He's not saying this specifically to like black people in general. This was his retort back to Sean Hannity, who put the entire who put it like a 3-minute and 27-second compilation. This will be like the main driver of discourse on the right-wing circuit for the next 2 days, probably. We should ban any adult who brings up their SAT score, though. I agree. To which he responded when Sean Hannity was like, Gavin Newsom thinks 960 SAT makes him like black Americans. You didn't give a shit about the president of the United States of America posting an 8 video of the former President Obama, and calling African nations shitholes, but you're going to call me racist for talking about my lifelong struggle with dyslexia. Spare me the fucking outrage, Sean. Brother, this time to Griff, just say, yeah, fuck it. Gavin Newsom did mean it to be racist. Anything to prevent him from being a convincible candidate in 2028? No, I'm not going to do that. I don't need to do that. The commitment that I have is to the truth. Okay? It's ridiculous. I don't think I need to do this at all. I'm not going to do this. But I hope it's a wonderful opportunity for a lot of people who cynically deploy this exact same kind of like cynical ass identity politics. Every single liberal content creator that is right now defending Gavin Newsom straight up did this to me for the past week. Okay? For the past week. They were clipping shit out of context to be like, see, Hasan hates black people. Hey, if you're black, don't listen to him. And now they're turning around and, opening up their minds, I guess, to the possibilities that someone can be clipped out of context. Anyway. After years of trudging through the cesspit that is Twitter, where comments from right-wing posts and debates calling us black people low IQ and genetically inferior, I find it very difficult to square this current wave of sudden regard for racism against black people, which is very clearly a political Trojan horse. Yeah, I mean, it's not even a successful one, to be fair. Okay? It's not even a successful one. It's just, like, it's not going to be successful. People are not going to think like, oh, wow, Gavin Newsom is a white supremacist because of this, right? You're right about the brandonization. This media cycle reminds me of the Biden media cycle on poor kids are just as bright as white kids. Yeah. Well, with Brandon, there's at least a lot more that you can point to showcase that he is actually not exactly a fan of black people, right? We're talking about the architect of the crime bill, which liberals aggressively defended, for the record. We're talking about a guy who eulogized Strom Thurmond, a white supremacist, Strom Thurmond. A guy who actually wrote legislation alongside Strom Thurmond that was horrifying for black Americans. Okay? Like that, to me, is a way better indication of someone's, racial animus than this. Oh my God! Oh, we're gonna talk about the discourse around the Gaza was a big part of the reason why Kamala Harris lost already. We talked about it yesterday with the Axios reporting coming out yesterday. I gave my thoughts on it. It was a moment of vindication, obviously, for all the people that have been saying this leading up to the election and certainly post the electoral defeat. But there's a certain karmic irony in watching Newsom get eaten up by the very right-wing disinformation machine he's tried so hard to platform and appease. Yeah, bro, they lie. Yep. It's true. It's true. Did he talk about Candace Owens saying Israelis are Turks? Oh my God, is she doing the Khazar theory? She's leveling up. Is she saying that Jews are actually Khazar Turks that converted to Judaism? That's what she's saying? Respect. That's why she's the GOAT. Okay, that's why she's at the tippy top of this commentary sphere, and I'm just I'm a lowbie. Okay. That's why Candace Owens keeps winning. And we're fucking out here duking it out with people who are cynically telling everyone Hasan is an anti-Semite. Hasan is an anti-black racist. All this shit.
If you haven't seen this yet, get ready. Grab the tea and crumpets because this is, you want to talk about loser media.
My fucking goat is back. Can we get a... Bro. The fucking king of pod is back, baby. Nobody does it like Dan. Ain't nobody does it like Dan Bongino. That's my fucking goat. Woo! He was done with that boring bullshit defending pedophiles at the highest level of the Department of Justice, okay? Deputy Director of the FBI. Bullshit. He's back where he belongs, behind a microphone.
Potentially of the year, and it's only, what, February? Did you hear this clip of Gavin Newsom? He's talking to a largely black audience. This isn't no fake racist Donald Trump. This sounds like real racist stuff.
I'm just trying to impress upon you.
Yeah, this isn't fake racism like Donald Trump, where he says every black person is low IQ, African countries are actually shitholes, that we don't want black migration, that Haitians are eating cats and dogs, or being prosecuted by the federal government for refusing to fucking rent properties to black people, taking a fucking full page ad in the New York Times demanding the execution of the falsely smeared Central Park 5 teenagers. This isn't about, all of the different ways in which Donald Trump has fomented anti-black racism. Obviously, all of that is fake. All of that is fake. This, on the other hand, this is the real racism. Yeah, depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. None of that fake racism, but the real racism.
I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in.
Definitely sounds pretty bad. What are you talking about? We just watched him. I guess it sounds bad if you haven't watched him deliver this exact same speech like 3 other times, right? He did this with Dana Bash when this is a part of his book where he's trying to present himself as like a normal guy. I'm just like you. I had my own trials. I'm dyslexic. I can't read. I'm illiterate. Okay. It sounds bad if you assume only black people live in Atlanta. I mean, there is definitely probably more black people in that crowd than Gavin Newsom will ever have, right? It's Atlanta. Even though most of the people that fuck with Gavin, Big Gav, are white people, I'm sure there were more black people in that crowd than he ever will. He will ever sit in front of, right? But it doesn't matter. Like, he's not saying it because there's black people in the room. He's not saying that to like identify himself with like black people because he has this like hidden notion that like black people are illiterate or whatever. He's just saying that because he thinks this is a way to appear personable to all Americans. So in any case, I'm a real hater, okay? I'm a hater for good reason. I'm not going to hate on someone for bad reasons, okay?
No, your audio's not broken if you're listening on Apple or Spotify. I don't know. I don't even know how to really respond to that.
God, he's the best, dude. That's why he's the best. Look at that reaction. We have so much to learn from Dan Bongino. I have so much to learn. I yearn to be like Dan one day. Okay? He's the fucking GOAT. That's my guy.
This would ordinarily be the end of the political career of anyone else if they...
Do you live on the planet, Dan? Do you live in the United States of America in the year 2026 of our holy Lord? What the fuck are you talking about? None of this is career ending. Even from a Democratic Party side, you saw Joe Brandon run around and be like, if you only vote for me, you ain't black, Jack. And then he won that election. The fuck are you talking about? This doesn't even reach that level. Oh, it's so awesome.
We're on any other party affiliation other than Democrat, talking to a group of black voters and saying like, I'm dumb like you guys or something. This isn't.
Dan, you were the deputy director of the FBI, big dog. You saw that the government is currently run by elite pedophiles. What the fuck are you talking about? Why would this be a career ender? Like, what are you saying? It's certainly not a career ender for a Republican anyway. Yeah, this probably takes the cake. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite racism moments from Donald Trump.
Say that when we have a protester inside, which isn't even very often, I say, be very gentle. Please don't hurt him. We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact,
Yeah, the person he's talking about is Michael the Black Man. One of my favorite Trump characters in the Trump extended universe. Here he points to him.
I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So we have an African-American.
That was Donald Trump.
This was when he was woke. Yeah. That's Michael the Black Man he's pointing to. Don't out me how Hasan refers to his black mods as well. Come on, man. It's true, though. I do that. Put it in private. Unlike Tourette's havers, Hasan does not let his mods say it. Anyway. Yeah, that was I mean, that's like a funny moment. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like I said, what is more consequential is what you do in a position of power. Okay, if you're like a slumlord, for example, and you refuse to rent out to black people, so much so that it actually ends up with a federal investigation, I feel like that's far more consequential, and I feel like that's a clearer indication of like who you are as a person, right?
An important clip because there's more here than just poking fun at this moron, okay? This is the basis of liberal paternalism.
And that he's not smart like everybody. And he says,
oh my God, everyone is chirping. Everyone. Is it mere outrage manufacturing is all we get on social media lately?
Speeches were written, he wouldn't be able to do it. Jeez. And the only thing he was missing in this video is a hot sauce in his pocket to pull out and say that he carries with himself all the time, but that's somebody else's shtick. Rob, go ahead and play this clip. Go for it.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. And, And I'm not trying to offend anyone, you know, trying to act all there if you got 940.
Oh my God.
But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be
What
in.
is he talking? Okay, can we, in this room, everybody, whatever you're doing at your house.
Dude, what is this? What is this? Everyone is like, I'm so offended. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. What is this fake bullshit? Why can't anybody be fucking normal? Why can't anybody just be like, come on, dude, what the fuck are we doing? God, I hate it. Everyone is doing theater. Everyone is just fucking milking. They're milking. MAGA turned woke overnight. Oh my God. Like, what the fuck is this? It's just like fake outrage. It's such fake fucking outrage. God, it's so fucking annoying. I hate it personally. I think it's like, it's so lame. It's so fucking lame, dude. This is the guy that is offended.
Governor Newsom, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Stephen. I'm really excited to be here with both of you. So hopefully we'll just, knock this one out of the park.
So you're the governor of one of the biggest, most diverse states in the nation. How do you handle that kind of pressure?
Yo, I'll tell you, dog. I think it came from my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Just, being from the streets just made me like really hardcore. You feel me? You guys
Wait,
feel me?
I thought you were from Marion County. That's one of the richest neighborhoods in California.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but my area was really, really tough. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I had to teach myself to be a man. You know, my pops dipped out early. I know y'all can relate to that, right?
Nah, my dad never left.
Oh.
Yeah, mine neither.
Right. Right. But it was hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom's is working all day. You know what I mean? I'm home. You know what I mean? No money, just sitting there with just stacks of Wonder Bread. You know what I'm saying? Just stacks with like mac and cheese. Just putting that mac and cheese on it.
Okay,
You feel me?
OG Gavin.
Yeah, that sounds real hood.
Bro, I'm so hood, bro. I would just be in the backyard for hours just shoot.
I don't know if I want to keep watching this because I feel like we are approximately 35 seconds away from him pulling out a bucket of KFC and also watermelon, okay? And approximately a minute away from him just straight up doing blackface. I don't want to see that unfold. I don't want, when he pulled out the basketball, it's like, I think I'm out, you know? On that note, Sharks, I'm out. Okay, this is too much. Too much. Too much.
Legalize comedy.
It's Black History Month. We've been doing too many. We've been covering too many issues that pertain to black people. I feel like we don't have to see Italian Steven Crowder do this minstrel show. What? We got to see through it now? Nah, it's already cooked. Might as well finish it.
Shooting hoops, you feel me? Just putting in the work. And then my mom would come out, you know what I'm saying? And she'd be like, hey, Gavin, dinner's ready. I'm like, man, shut your white ass up, woman. Always trying to keep a brother down. You feel me? That's how they always do, these white women.
I have to ask, though, is there any proof that you were really about that life?
Yo, I'm so happy you asked, dog. Give me some dap, fam. California dreaming, homie. I actually brought my childhood journal, you know what I'm saying, just to show y'all how hood, how gangster I was, because I documented everything, fam. Check me out right here. In West Marion County, born and raised, on the playground was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Wait. Isn't that the theme song to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I don't know who he is, but he sounds like he had a rough-ass life. You feel me, dog? You feel me?
All right, we're about to wrap this thing up. And
Legalize comedy.
Governor, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Man, y'all already know what time it is. 2028, it's Newsom, nigga.
Dude, what he's doing right now is way more racist than what Gavin did. Yes, because what Gavin was doing wasn't even fucking racist.
Legalize comedy.
Comedy is when you impersonate someone and then add racism. They never did. But doing this is not racist because it's
Legalize comedy.
yeah. That's what it is. That's like fucking brilliant, dude. Brilliant. And now he's back to being like,
You're in your garage, you're making coffee. Do you understand? A white man is in Georgia sitting on stage with a black man who is the mayor, Andre Dickens, and he's basically slowing down his speech and saying, like, I'm dumb like y'all. Like, I barely passed the SATs because I'm dumb like y'all.
do you still have the shock collar? Yeah, but it's on your mom. Yeah, I'll put it on your mom. She loves it. Sorry, we're playing kink. That's every time I hit that. Every time I hit that, she's upstairs coming. W Kink positivity. Yeah, you got it. Is this a guy you debated? I mean, I don't know if you can call it a debate. Vinny was almost, he almost pulled the ultimate exit move, which is dying on the debate stage. I've never had that move pulled on me. I'll be honest. It was interesting. Where was I? What were we talking about? HasanAbi vindicated. That baby dumb as hell. What is this?
Oh my God, my Shayla. My Shayla.
When I look at you, I can't believe it's true.
Okay, a lot of people in the chat are saying, actually, someone did do that move to you. They did pull that move on you. His name was Charlie Kirk. And I don't know how to respond to that. I guess, yes. Okay, well, you got me. That did happen to me one time. It's very odd that it happened at all, and it almost happened twice. But it happened to me one time. Okay, and obviously we honor Charlie. Before we move on to the British police arresting Epstein-linked ex-ambassador Mandelson, I want to take some time out to talk about this Gavin Newsom situation, like to wrap it up with a nice little bow, and I don't know how to do it because everything I feel like has gotten so much more cynical. Like discourse is never productive nowadays. And I don't know if I'm one of these guys that's like, oh, why can't we have a normal conversation? Like, I don't know if there's any way to have a productive conversation any longer. I feel like we're all just like siloed in our own little corners on the internet and constantly whipping each other up to get angry at shit, like manufacturing outrage. And it's very, very frustrating. I don't know how we get out of it in general. I'm just, I'm always going to tell you how I feel. Okay? Even if it's advantageous for someone like myself to lean into this Gavin Newsom shit, I'm obviously not going to do that because it's fucking idiotic. If you want to call out Gavin Newsom, there are a million better ways to call out Gavin Newsom. This is not one of those instances where he's like behaving in a racist way, even a little bit. He just thinks this is his way of trying to come across as like relatable, explaining his like big trials and tribulations throughout his development. Like, oh, you think I grew up in a lifetime of, you grew up with a lifetime of privilege, or you think I grew up with a lifetime of privilege, but in fact, I also was illiterate, or I was dyslexic, and that was really tough for me. That's what he's trying to do. And to me, I don't think this is relatable. You know, do we have to be careful how we talk about left-leaning people when right-wingers will try weaponizing our criticism to prop up Vance? No, not at all. Because right-wingers never actually fucking say Gavin Newsom is an elitist who just wants to be president and he wants power for the sake of having power, and that he is going to be the same old establishment neoliberal that will defend the interests of the wealthy unconditionally and not try to even lean into a left populist sentiment in an effort to advance the material interests of the working class. They're not going to say that. They're just going to say this dumb shit. You know, they're like, he's racist. Oh, I'm outraged by racism. Bro, you work at the racism factory. What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean you're outraged by this microaggression of Gavin Newsom? You literally put hours at the fucking racism assembly line at the racism factory. What the fuck are you saying? It's so fucking annoying. I wish we could like rise above that and have a normal conversation every now and then, especially amongst the stupid fucking liberals, okay? Liberals, I beg of you, please, if you're at least like having a conversation with someone to your left flank, stop doing this dumb shit, okay? Stop. It doesn't work in general. You just come across as like annoying and smarmy. And most people can understand that you are deliberately weaponizing identity politics to an audience that you perceive, that you correctly know does care about, not coming across as offensive to marginalized identities. Okay? It's so annoying. It's woke 1.0 bullshit. Okay? I hate it. Would have been far more relatable if he just said, I have dyslexia. Education was a struggle for me despite the privileges granted to me by living in a wealthy school district. I can only imagine a student like me going through critically underfunded schools. Yes. Also, stop writing better lines for Gavin Newsom. Let him fucking fail on his own. But you're right. That is, that comes from a place of like recognizing your own privilege. It's probably much more real for him to say that. Obviously, he's not going to say that because he is out of touch and an elitist. So, did you watch the full segment? Is clip chimp to make him seem way worse? It doesn't even come across as bad.
Away from that, what would you like for the reader to know more intimately about you and how those two separate lives that you had together and the tough decisions you made and the risk that you had to take, and even growing up with dyslexia and all that, like, what do you want us to take from that and where you are today?
Well, that like so many folks, I put a mask on. And my face was starting to grow into it. You know, I think Oliver.
This is the same. This is it. This is in the book too. He said this to Dana Fash as well.
Well, I think it was maybe Oscar Wilde who said, the first act in life is we all strike a pose. The second act, no one knows. You got to figure it out. I'm in the second act. And I talk about that, I was trying to be someone I was not. It wasn't that I was inauthentic. I wasn't who I am. I sweaty hands, nervous, just.
Bar for bar, exactly what he said to Dana Bash yesterday.
Just trying to.
Is today's stream all about the American Identity Circus news? Yes.
Put on a facade. And
you don't think there's utility in dissecting identity politics being fucking maliciously deployed? Like, it's not pro-identity politics. It's like a criticism of how identity politics is used.
And I walked through that journey and what that gave me, the opportunities and privilege, but what it also took away and who I was becoming. And my mom saw that. She saw those cracks in that mask. And she challenged me, and so it's a story about resilience, redemption. It's a story about humility and grace. I think it's a very human story. I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. I can't do that anymore. I tried that for a long time, and I wasn't happy. I say to kids all the time, learn from, don't follow others. You know, your expression's unique. Nobody else has it. And I've really just, you know, the way we're doing, some of you may have seen some of my social media. You know, I'm on the other, you know this, I'm on the other side. You know, I just am. I'm on the other side. You know, I don't want to dream of regretting anymore. No coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's all out there. And I just want to put it all out there. I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy. And, you know, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, you know, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. This may be the wrong business to be in.
To take away from that, what would you like for the reader to know more intimately about you and how those two separate lives that you had?
I'm charmed, really? So I had him perform Philly Friday night, and the guy in the front row was HasanAbi head. Adam scoffed at him for that. Lol. Fucking hater, dude. Is this the first time people have seen a politician run for office? I think Trump made people forget or something. This is a very common stump speech pattern. Yes. That's it. I mean, he is trying so hard to come across as though he is relatable, as though he's like a relatable guy. He's not. Just own it. Who gives a fuck? You have a different lane. Like, I'm not giving him, I don't want to give him any like ideas. I don't want to give him any fucking good pointers here, but like, everybody knows who you are, brother. It oozes from every orifice. Okay. You walk into a room, people fucking know who you are. You walk into a room, people know exactly what your lived experience looks like. This is so fucking annoying because people always do this shit to me where they're like, Hasan, you hide that you come from an affluent background. It's like, no, I don't. Why would I? It's fucking idiotic. People can see who I am. I see no reason to like hide it. I see no reason to fucking lie about it. I think it plays a role in my development. Okay? It's just silly. It plays a role in who I am today. That lived experience. There is no reason to try and like be phony about it and be like, oh, dude. Like, imagine if I was always like, man, I went through so much adversity growing up, rich in Turkey, because I was fat and I couldn't fit in at all. My life was so tough. My bitches were too bad. My steak too juicy. My lobster too buttery. You know? This is how your haters think you talk, Lamau. I know. It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Yeah, I was discriminated for being tall.